Hello and welcome in, everybody. My name is Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and this is going to be the Twin Astrology forecast for the Twin Flame Collective for the week ahead. We do have Mercury going retrograde today, Monday, April the 1st, on April Fool's Day, and it goes retrograde at 27 degrees 13 in Aries at 22:14 p.m. tonight, and so it's going to be in retrograde motion throughout most of the month. It's going to go direct on April the 25th, the day before my birthday. And it's going to go direct at 15 degrees 58. And so we're starting the retrograde carrying this vibration of Ace of Wands and Death, the Fool and Temperance. And it's going to go direct later in the month with the energy of the Devil and the Four of Swords. And so we're in a massive healing portal, I feel, for the twins during this Mercury retrograde, to heal third-party energies, to heal all of the past miscommunications. And so if you have prominent Aries in your chart, be ready for a blast from the past when it comes to soul contracts from past lives and this life to come back around. I'm already feeling like this big magnetic energy coming towards me. My inbox has been exploding recently. Just a lot of things from the past coming back around. And so this really is a retrograde, I feel, for us to be mindful of miscommunications, though, because Aries is such a fiery sign. You may feel pressured to maybe make a quick decision or to act impulsively. It's very reactive energy, so do be mindful and take a pause or a break to kind of reflect before replying reactively to any hurtful words, because hurtful words are very likely over the coming month, and hurtful words that are likely going to have a lasting impact that is likely going to be like very, very negative. And so there's also maybe a new discovery when it comes to a desire to reconnect with people from the past. But I just feel there is going to be major opportunity for the masculines to come in during this retrograde to rekindle the lost romance. 222 on the timer. And so I feel the feminine kind of needs to use the next several weeks to meditate, to refocus your energy, to turn it inwards, to really refocus on personal goals, career goals. I do feel a lot of us are feeling disconnected from the counterpart, even from the spiritual path. I know many are going through identity crisis that I've spoken to over the last little while. And so this really is like a big disconnect, I feel, for a lot of people from their path or from maybe any aspirations, because we are in a portal of needing to reassess everything. What are my aspirations? What are my goals? Who am I? What am I doing here? Do I even have a right to belong here? These are all valid issues that have been coming up for many people that I have been working with over the last several years and weeks. So take this time to reassess your life, reassess your goals, to maybe read some books, to go through maybe a new course, a new area of study, watch some documentaries. I always am a fan of watching documentaries, taking an online course. It is about injecting some newness and some new ideas to propel forward. So if things are feeling like they're slowing down, that's what retrogrades do. Unfortunately, I feel like everything is speeding up and I don't have enough time to fit everything into my schedule. I think it's a good thing, though. But I do feel there's a lot of things coming up in the energies this Mercury retrograde. And so the energies are most potent at the time that it stations retrograde and at the time that it stations direct. And so a few things that might come up over the next few weeks would be like this imposter syndrome. So this imposter syndrome can make you hesitant to maybe express yourself or your ideas. And I felt strongly that might be connected to prominent Virgo energy. And I'm a Virgo moon. And so definitely not been feeling my best and working through those energies. Like, do I even have a right to do this? Especially as the channel grows and gains momentum. I'm questioning my worth too. I'm right there in the thick of it with the collective. There might be a reevaluation because it's really not the best time to sign a new contract or to go into a new romantic cycle or to start a new endeavor. It's always best to really wait till after retrogrades to sign anything. During this time, I feel a lot of things are going to be unpredictable too. Retrogrades bring all kinds of unforeseen issues that can arise with communication, with technology. We're like having this retrograde right in the middle of the eclipse portal. So I don't even know what that means come the eclipse day. And I know many are feeling exhausted. Just this overwhelming collective energy is what it feels like. So take a step back. I feel reprioritize health. I know health has been a big thing for me. I've rejoined the Plexus wagon that I'll be starting off this week. And so it's okay to feel overwhelmed. It's okay to feel lost. It's okay to feel disconnected. We need to remember it's like a process. And so we get to a certain point on the journey and we can only go so far with that processing. And then another layer kind of has to come in and we do another layer of processing. So don't push yourself. Allow yourself to take a break and take a rest if needed. 555 on the timer. Be prepared for unexpected significant changes. There could be unexpected expenses, emergencies, family emergencies. Anything can arise during Mercury retrograde. So we're kicking that off this week. On Wednesday, halfway through the week, we have Venus conjunct Neptune. So this is a major crossroads. Major crossroads energy right before we go into the eclipse. And so this transit, I feel, is creating a deep desire for craving of that emotional connection, that emotional, physical connection with somebody else. And so this is, I feel, the potential portal for a reunion, a reaching out from the counterpart when it comes to the spiritual bonding of the twin flames. So quite often with a Venus conjunct Neptune, both of these energies in Pisces, I feel this is a very heightened, dreamy energy, which could also be delusional, illusional. And so because of the dreamlike energy and heightened sensitivity of these energies, if you have not accepted the harsh reality of a relationship that is negative, that is over, you've been holding on to something that needs to die away, this will be a very devastating and disappointing energy to sit in, right? Because it's like a wake-up call too. It's almost the energy of like being disillusioned. So really what comes out of this transit is solely in your hands. So it's all going to be in what you're creating in your life. Are you feeding illusions and delusions? Or are you rooted in reality and ready to receive that divine union? And so we always actually hold the reins in these forecasts, although it's potential. We always hold the reins to our journey. And so we can direct our energy any way we want. We can go down the primrose path or we can go down to the town dump. It's just a matter of perspective. And so be prepared for things to come up, I feel, midweek that will suddenly maybe test you. There might be an abrupt judgment call, but we do want to watch being overly emotional because that's going to create all kinds of confusion and illusion. And I noticed 808 when I looked up, and what I heard was SOS. So somebody here might need a lifeline this week. On Friday, April the 5th, we're going to have the Sun conjunct the North Node. We're also going to have Venus entering into Aries that day. And so I was shown the Devil with the Ten of Cups. And so we're in a very crucial transit, I feel, going into the weekend, preparing for the eclipse on Monday, April the 8th. And I am in the path of totality for this eclipse. Like where I'm located at in Chatham, Kent, we're just on the line of the totality. And so there's a major realignment. It's a crucial transit, I feel, for self-discovery, self-identity crisis. There's going to be fated and destined changes, massive changes, I feel, going into the weekend. And this is a realignment for all of us towards our purpose. And so anything that's playing out right now is destined. It's kind of fated. North Node energy is fate. It's destiny. And so get ready to embrace any challenges. This energy is really saying it's time to get out of that comfort zone. So there will maybe be some type of confrontation with the past. And it might just be with something in the subconscious mind. It could be like a crisis of consciousness. But the Devil and the Ten of Cups is indicating a very strong karmic toxic bond. It's like a paradoxical pairing. And so these karmic bonds, they can bring you absolute ecstatic pleasure. But the absolute worst pain as well. And so there's going to be a disruption in all of these false foundations that are these strong karmic toxic bonds, that we need to break these chains this lifetime, that the twins did come here to ascend these timelines. And so there's going to be this energy of like a wake-up call, like no more pretending. Many, I feel there's going to be like a financial collapse. Some people are falling into debt or total financial ruin. And with Venus moving into Aries, this is bold, direct, fiery energy. So we're going from the Piscean influential energy of I'm going to love you, and I'm just going to love you, and I'm going to just love you to the point where I'm going to create all of these illusions. At the 29-degree mark, it's a lot of illusions. And so Pisces will self-sacrifice, and they will be the martyr. Venus going into Aries, I feel, is like, no more. It's going to sting. It's going to hurt. It's like no more looking back. I think the energy is going to be downright mean and petty. They want me to reference like Mean Girls. And so this is like no more dwelling on the past, taking back my power with a vengeance. It's just no more sugarcoating. I also feel this is going to be almost like a revenge seeking energy, wanting something right now that's mine. And if I can't have it right now, then nobody can have it. 11:11 on the timer. So be mindful. I think that's kind of the energy that a lot of the masculines are probably going to be dealing with, severing the karmic contracts. On Saturday, April the 6th, we got Venus sextile Pluto. And so it's like the war and then this very intense energy with Venus sextile Pluto. It's like I feel a lot of the karmics are becoming obsessed with not only the divine masculine, but now almost like obsessed with the divine feminine. And so I was shown the Magician with the Two of Swords. And so I do feel they're intentionally trying to hold on to the past. They're trying to hold on to the past patterns around love, around connection. And so this is a time of transforming the old, but we do have to let go. And I feel the energy really is encouraging a lot of deep introspection, a lot of self-understanding. And we all can be a karmic in somebody's life. We all can be toxic, and we all have been at certain points in time. So when I was with my karmic, I was toxic as shit with that person too, because we were in combat. We were at war constantly. It was a karmic connection. It was a push-pull dynamic. It was the highest of the highs, the lowest of the lows, and it was just a trauma bond, right? And so this energy, I feel, is just bringing forward like this grand finale. A choice is going to have to be made, or a decision will be made for a lot of us that have, you know, been called on the journey and have not heeded the call. And so I just feel this really is a week of needing to take back control, needing to make a choice, needing to choose to manifest success, because the sun is going to move into Aries, or the moon is going to move into Aries on Sunday. And so we're going to be in eclipse portal energy. And so the grand finale is going to be during that eclipse. So get ready for anything is what I want to say. But let's jump in with some cards. Let's see what else needs to come through for the twins for the week ahead. I'm going to use my homemade deck, my Twin Flame Oracle deck. Oh, I left a couple cards behind. What do we got here? Past life karma. And so all of the current challenges we're facing right now that we've had to face in this lifetime has related to old wounds connected to the past lives that we have shared with our counterpart and with the Twin Flame Collective. And this is connected to programmed beliefs. And so programmed beliefs are basically any belief that we keep telling ourselves that keep us stuck in a state of limitations. And so we all have underlying blocks. And I do feel one of the biggest blocks is forgiveness. So forgiveness needs to be given to everyone involved, especially when there's third party. And then we get gender roles, trust, and overwhelming fear. So the current problems that a lot of the collective are facing are reflecting all of the negative human patterning too. And so get ready to receive answers to the biggest questions. 1414, I just noticed too. So the mirroring energies, the doubling syncs. And so really pay attention to the signs and the syncs this week, because we did come here for unconditional love. And so it's almost like a pause, maybe for some new learning, a new area of study. Divine Feminine, it's always up to you to focus on you, to resonate at your highest frequency, to create the twin flame recognition on the counterpart side, but I do feel a major change in the wind is coming. So let's get a few of these cards and let's see what else needs to come through for the twins. Pause. So I just feel like things are paused right now as we shift out of difficulty. We got 3 cards out. 3 cards out. Oh, look at change in the wind. I love that my guides do that for me. So it's like a pause. So there might be some communication, and then there might be a need to take a break and replenish and pause and reflect. And so right now I feel the feminine is learning to replenish her reserves, to realign with positivity as we shift out of these difficult energies. And then we get intuition. So the divine feminine is the one that learns to listen and to feel the subtle messages through the emotional body, the etheric body, because our intuitive sensing is always signaling us where the masculine is at, roughly. And so we are highly sensitive to the energies at this time. There's a lot of mother-father wounding coming up for transmutation. And so if there's any unresolved issues with your parents that keeps resurfacing within the connection, that's likely a block that needs to be worked on, a mother-father wound. And there is definitely a fated imminent meeting. There is some fated communication coming in. And so really pay attention to the signs and the syncs, because we are drawing closer. And I do feel we are in a massive energy clearing vortex. So work on cleansing your energy, work on aligning your chakras. And that's what I talked about last week on the membership side of the channel on the Thursday live, was the 7 chakras, the main 7 chakra bodies, and how to clear any blocks and how these can manifest as physical blocks. So if you'd like to be a channel member, please feel free to check out the membership side of the channel. There is now an option to be a channel member. Go check it out. If you'd like to book a reading with me, check out the new webpage. Don't forget to like and comment on the videos and share the videos, please. But I do feel we're healing all kinds of family ancestral karma this week from our lineage. So that's in focus. That's what we are awakening to, is these family patterns. We're becoming conscious of these patterns are infinite light, and many are receiving new light code activations and downloads, galactic downloads during this eclipse portal. So get ready for the unexpected. Let's get a couple of spiritual journey oracle messages. 17 on the timer now. What needs to come through for the divine masculine? What energies are most prominent around the divine masculine? So we get 2 out for the divine masculine. We get spirit guide and angels and recovery. So I feel a lot of the masculines have recently gone through some type of upheaval, a tower, maybe a job loss, a relationship ending, and they're going through a period of rest. They need to rest. They're connecting with their spirit guides. They're connecting with the archangels and their ancestors. And there's that Ace of Wands. So I feel the 27 degrees 13 is the masculine in the death energy and finding something that speaks to their heart. I think they're looking at you. And it's like the ignition of the violet flame or the twin soul recognition, likely related to the work that you're doing in the collective. And so I do feel the masculine is recognizing you as a guide for him on his journey this week. Divine feminine, what do we get coming through on your side? We got 1 card that come out. Is there another message for the divine feminine for the week ahead? And that looks to be about it. We'll give it one more round here. Divine feminine, trauma and wounds, healing light. So a lot of the feminines are the ones that came here to heal the ancestral bloodline through the mother wound, through the sacral chakra, the witch wound. And so the divine feminine collective might be going deep into some family patterns, some past life wounds, purging the heart, forgiveness, anything that has held you back from forgiving, that has created a negative impact this life. And so you are releasing and identifying repetitive patterns as well. I know Bailey's about to bark because I saw a dog walking by. Give me a second. I just want to make sure she don't go crazy. I think she's okay. My pupper upstairs. 1 minute, guys. The pupperoonie is under control. Okay, so you have ancestors watching over you as you do a final healing and releasing connected to some ancestral karma that has plagued your family lineage. So that's in focus for the divine feminine this week. So I feel there's a lot of healing light around you. The feminine is encouraged to impart this wisdom. So I think both of the twins are in need of a major disconnect this week. And And I do feel a lot of us are feeling disconnected. So go into a much needed reprieve, rest, rejuvenate, spend some time alone, as I feel both of the twins learn the lesson of forgiveness, equal giving and receiving, and accountability. And so we are called to be compassionate towards one another and towards ourselves. And so we cannot look that twin in the face until we have looked our mirror in the face. And so we got to look in the mirror head on, and we have to take total ownership of our past, where we're at currently, and how we can redefine our future. And so that's what the twins, they activate that. And we usually can't come into union and have that mirror soul face to face until we've cleared all of the blame game and we've looked in that filter of ourself. And so there's a healthy exchange coming forward, but forgiveness is what is needed here. And so I feel the feminine is learning to have a new understanding of the journey of why we have to walk different timelines and go into separation, and liberating her heart from pain, and also learning to be able to receive. And so as the feminine aligns with being able to receive, it does create the soul awakening on the counterparts end. And so there's a lot happening this week in this eclipse portal connected to our soul's identity crisis, awakening to these higher states of consciousness, and a massive global awakening. And so a lot of the twins entered into this soul agreement because we have to clear this karma this lifetime. And so I do feel we're in a massive collective heart opening and relationship paradigm shift. And so we are going towards soul connections, close soul connections, and greater awareness awaits. So I don't think we have all of the answers just yet. Let's jump in with some tarot. We are going to pull in to the divine feminine side first. Messages for the divine feminine, connected to the trauma and the wounds. I think you've got a counterpart energy coming in. Said messages for the divine feminine, but you have to be willing to receive love. So it's like you are your biggest block to union. The Four of Pentacles with the Four of Wands in reverse. I also feel you need to release any expectations. But I do feel you do have an unexpected offer coming in. I do think there's an offer of love and passion. I think a long-awaited message. And so keep doing the inner work. Keep shining that light. You are in a major process of soul retrieval, soul memory recall, connected to the past, connected to childhood memories. There might be a need to forgive a father or to heal from a father wound. But you are ready to receive wish fulfillment. So I think it's just releasing the long journey. It's been a long journey. I could be talking to a Taurus. I feel strong Taurus. And so it's time to receive wish fulfillment. I feel get ready for all of these past injustices to be made right. I think the feminine is about to receive some very good karma this week. It's kind of what it feels like. I think an offer. Love. I think like the masculine's coming down. He's coming in with an offer, maybe some roses, a dozen roses, but spirit is guiding him to come forward with that offer. And I feel he's kind of faced his inner shadow, maybe wanting to take you out on a date, but it's sincere. I do feel sincerity. And it's kind of time to just put down all of the heaviness, put down all of the baggage, because wishes are here. So are you ready to receive everything that is meant for you, divine feminine? Let's pull into the divine masculine side. We'll grab a different deck here. What needs to come through for the divine masculine? But I feel like you're kind of holding on tight. Like, are you sure you want to receive this? You have to choose to receive this. Messages for the divine masculine. So I feel the masculine's feeling trapped. I feel all eyes are on the masculine. Oh my gosh, we get pretty much all swords on the masculine side. So we get the Eight of Swords upright. We get the Ace of Swords reversed. The Apprentice of Swords reversed. So he's been watching you. He's definitely got all eyes on him. So I think the cat's out of the bag. It's like everybody's pointing the finger at the masculine. I feel this eclipse is going to expose anything that was hidden, because there's that Seven of Swords in reversed. And so the masculine's kind of walking the walk of shame right now. So I feel this eclipse is bringing in illumination of this higher soul contract. And I just feel like the masculine's going to either have to confess or some type of embarrassing secret has come out, and everybody's watching the masculine. What is the masculine going to do? Because there is a major realignment and some truths are being revealed about some type of loveless situation that the masculine has been entangled in. And so major crossroads for both of the counterparts. And so there is an opportunity, I feel, to go towards rectifying something from the past. There is an opportunity for a new beginning here, but something here needs to become untangled first. And so I feel we've got the masculine dealing with Queen of Cups in reverse. That is likely lashing out emotionally. I think she's hurting and she wants somebody else to hurt too. And there is going to be major upheaval in that karmic contract with the masculine. So he might just be showing up at your doorstep with just the clothes on his back and a backpack. Because I do think we've got the masculine leaving behind a situation that's left a big gap in his heart as well. So let's figure out what the past life lesson is coming through for the twins this week. Criminal. So maybe a lesson of limitation. The masculine, I feel, is getting some bad karma for the choice he has made. I think he's feeling limited. I think somebody here is trying to victimize him. I feel somebody just wants to make the masculine pay for their pain. It's kind of what it feels like, and different gender. So I do feel maybe in a past life you played different gender roles. There might be a gender role lesson here, but on the feminine side, we get guarded. I feel there's a secret coming out. There is a lesson needing to be learned about giving freely from the heart, right? I give and I expect nothing back in return. I give because I like to share with others. I give because it makes me feel good. I do have a hard time being open to receiving back, though, and I know that's a lesson for me. But I do feel when we give freely and we don't expect anything back in return, it does indicate an openness to receive as well. So I feel the masculine's got some secrets coming to light this week. And I do feel the secret is that he's been holding his love for you deep on his heart. And I feel that's all coming out. And I do feel vengeance. The karmic wants the masculine to pay. She feels like a victim. She feels betrayed. And I feel the masculine is looking at the feminine and seeing what potential there is to have a healthy relationship there. And he sees your openness to receive this, which I feel is resulting in the masculine devoting his life to the mission work, serving the collective with you. And so healing from a sense of lack, understanding that we all have the power to attract anything we need in our lives, and we are not victims here. And so the universe will always reward what we put out there, but you have to put the effort out there. So let's get one last closing message today. Oh, look at that right out the gate. Get ready. We are in a portal of a major relationship change this week and karmic completion. So don't let pride stand in the way of doing what it is that you know is best for you and doing what it is that you know you need to do on the heart, because we are on the precipice of something great. So get ready to learn a lesson. Get ready to learn a lesson and head towards some type of domestic harmony. But we do have to put in the work to attract what it is that we want in our lives. And that's what I have for a message this week for the Twin Flame Collective. Keep an eye for the rest of the zodiacs. I know I got 4 zodiacs left. I've had several people book in for readings over the weekend. And so if you've not received an email back, I will be reaching out to those of you who have booked in. And I look forward to seeing you all again next time. Have a great week, everybody. Thank you.